MartiniInTheMorning.com, 924 in the West. Well, he's normally at the August Wilson Theater in New York. Actually, last time we saw Joseph Leo Bwarie was at the Friars Club. He stepped over when we were doing our on Frank Sinatra's 98th birthday. And so it's been almost 2 years. He's got a new album out. He's got a new Christmas EP out.
He looks fabulous.
And we'll talk to Joseph Leo Bwarie. That's coming up. Welcome to Martini in the Morning, Joseph Leo Bwarie. Last time we talked to you, as we said earlier, was at the Friars Club, but 3 years ago? Here in the studio?
Two.
No,
was the first.
but in
The first
studio.
time here?
Yeah.
About 3 years ago.
How long ago did you do Nothing But Love?
2011.
Wow.
So longer.
12,
Longer than 3.
Because it was that year.
Yeah.
It was that fall that we discovered, that we accidentally, thanks to our friend Lynn Menifee, discovered Nothing But Love. You have a new album, not only a new album, but all morning, Mother Miriam's been saying Joseph has a new Christmas album. She posted on Facebook that you were going to be in to talk about the Christmas. It's a Christmas EP.
Christmas EP.
And you have a new album and a new. We have Christmas gifts galore.
Yeah. I just want to give people options.
And tickets to Jersey Boys wouldn't be bad.
I'm not giving those out.
You do enough shows. How many shows a week do you do?
I do six shows a week in New York.
It's funny. When we play your music, artists will come in from around LA, and they'll say, "Can he really sing?" I said, "The guy sings how many shows?
Six a week.
A week as Frankie Valli. Can he sing?" And first of all, Nothing But Love was a terrific album, but the new album, it's been a long time in the making.
Yeah.
I mean, you started on that
really the end of 2012.
So for a long time.
Yeah.
We played one song from the album, but we have to play a song from this Christmas album to an homage to Mother Miriam, who was right. There's a Christmas.
Is this an apology?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't get your hopes up.
I really got in the middle of something today.
Yeah. But the new Christmas EP. What's the what was the inspiration to do a Christmas? Have you been thinking about it all along?
My whole life, I think.
Because you did. There was a Jersey Boys Christmas album.
There was.
And you did what?
I sang. There's 2 that I sang on my own, and then there's one sort of like that we all got together and did at the group song at the end. So 3. But this is way better.
Joseph Leo Bwarie from the Christmas EP. What's it called? A Little Christmas. Everybody needs a little Christmas.
I
Joseph
think so.
Leo Bwarie with a brand new song on MartiniInTheMorning.com. Quiet Christmas.
Snowflakes dance.
MartiniInTheMorning.com. It's Joseph Leo Bwarie. You were telling us that is a previously unrecorded Christmas song.
I'm the only one who's recorded that song.
And it's from the EP, A Little Christmas.
It
which
is.
Available yesterday.
Yeah.
On iTunes.
And today.
Amazon. And today. And tomorrow.
And tomorrow. And forever.
And it's perfect. Nice addition to your Christmas collection. Oh, we just broke our own rule.
Yeah.
We don't play Christmas.
I know. I was going to say that.
Till
this is an
Thanksgiving
exception.
Day. Yeah.
You can blame me for it.
Brand new album, and a brand new album in addition to the Christmas EP. The album is called The Good Stuff. I thought about calling Billy Vera. Billy used to do the commercials for Arco AM. They have AMPM. Well, you're from California.
I know AMP.
And Billy used to say, stop in at AMPM. We have the good stuff, or that was their line.
Right.
And I thought they should sell your CD.
They should.
Somebody should sell it. So, but really, we talked to you about the new album last time you were here. We talked about it at the Friars Club in 2012, and you had a lot more time to think about the songs that you were going to include on the new album. What any songs you wanted to do that didn't make the album, or any songs you did do that didn't make the album?
There is a song that we did record that didn't make the album.
That happens to a lot of artists. It's like there'll be a song that you want to do, and either there's no room or there's no what is the song?
Well, I'm not going to say because we might save it for something special. We might save it. Well, actually, we are saving it for something special coming up later this year. But yeah, you're right. You do get in the studio and something doesn't really fit the arc of the entire album. and that was the case with this one. Great, it's a great song, and it's a great arrangement, of course, by Mr. Charlie Colello, and we had fun in the studio. So
I talked to Rick Greevy,
yeah,
who plays not only with you, but when Dina Martin is in town, he comes out and plays.
Well,
with Dina.
He just got back from playing with Lulu in London.
Really?
Yeah.
The Lulu. Who just who Lulu? To Serve with Love.
To Serve with Love. I mean, that's an odd thing to say. That was a long time ago. She's done quite a bit since.
Since then,
yeah.
but I had to throw something out Mother Mary would remember. No.
Not really. No, I know the song.
We'll Google her for you.
I know. I didn't know she was still around.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know Rick played with it.
Yeah.
How did you end up with Charlie Colello?
I mean, it was via Jersey Boys. That was where we first met backstage in Florida. But
because he was really one of the original Four Seasons, wasn't he?
For a very brief period of time. But what his real claim to fame with the group was that he wrote all the arrangements for them, all the hit arrangements,
like Big Girls Don't Cry.
Big Girls Don't Cry and Dawn.
Really?
Yeah.
Charlie, and now he's working with Joseph Leo Bwarie.
Yeah.
Brand new album out called The Good Stuff. From that album, I thought it would be appropriate that we should play a song that Frankie Valli did.
Okay.
And there's only one. Well, no, that's not true, but one in particular.
Yeah, this one.
This one. Joseph Leo Bwarie from The Good Stuff. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You on martiniinthemorning.com. There's a song that you do 6 times a week, and yet you
do it differently.
I know you
Yeah.
managed to make it different, and because that's one of the songs from Jersey Boys. It's funny when we talk to people we know around L.A., like the Jimmy McHugh's family.
Mm-hmm.
You do one of their or 2 of their songs in Jersey Boys. 2 Jimmy McHugh. You do Sunny Side of the Street.
No.
What do you do that's Jimmy McHugh?
I don't know.
I'd have
to look it up. We do I'm in the Mood for Love.
Okay, that's Jimmy McHugh and Dorothy Fields, and
I Can't Give Anything But Love is Dorothy Fields.
Yeah. And Jimmy
McHugh.
Frankie Valli gives us a bad time. Has given us a bad time before because we don't play many of his songs. Actually, the only song we play on Twin Spin Tuesday, we play occasionally his version of I've Got You Under My Skin.
Yeah.
Do you do that in the show?
No.
You've been doing Jersey Boys for a long time.
Yeah.
Because before Broadway,
yeah,
you did it on the road.
On the road.
So how long have you done it total?
At the end of this month, it'll be 8 years.
8 years. How long has Jersey Boys
Well, okay, I have a question. Do you get tired of doing it? I mean, I know that's silly. This is a wonderful thing, made you famous.
It's a phenomenon.
But at some point, I'm sure that you're not able to go out.
Here's what I'll say about the show is that when I did it, say 6 years ago, I was less tired at the end of the night than I am now. But I'm older now, so I am more tired at the end of the show physically.
Are you in town to promote the new album, or are you in town for Gary Marshall's 81st birthday?
I'm not in town for either. I'm in town because I have a brand new niece.
Really?
So I just got to meet her.
And you dedicated the album to your sister.
I dedicated the album to my sister and my brother, and in the physical copy, which everyone should get because you can download it, but you don't get to see all the different people that worked on this, and it's
beautiful.
I mean,
cover.
we know some of the musicians that you worked with, and you. I mean, really, Charlie calls it some of the best.
Yeah.
And you don't know that.
And we both do. We both kind of say, who do you want on this one? I say, well, I would love to work with so and so or so and so. And he says, okay. And I would love to work with so and so. And so we make phone calls.
Do you do the same thing? Is it that democratic a process as far as the songs that are on the album?
I mean, I ultimately picked them, but everything is very collaborative with Charlie. It's like a great partnership what we've got going to make this music. So I'm not demanding certain songs, but we really talk them through. It takes months just to pick the songs.
And you did a contest online.
We did.
With your fan base.
Yeah, and her name is in the album.
Oh,
because
it is.
I said whoever determines the final song is in the album, and there it is right there, Kelly Brannock.
Really?
Yeah.
And we played earlier the last song on the album, which is My Foolish Heart, right?
Yep.
And this album, like the last album, has some surprises on it. In fact, we We almost embarrassed.
You want to see it?
Yeah. Yeah, because I downloaded it.
Okay.
And because I wanted to make sure we had your music in the studio. I wanted to hear it, first of all, because you stretch. You stretch. You don't do the, well, I can't take my eyes off you. You do it 6 days a week as Frankie Valli.
Yeah, very specific to replicate or recreate his record version.
Right.
So that record version happened a long time ago. So this record version, mine, is the 2015 incarnation of "Can't Take My Eyes Off You."
And you made it fit with your album,
Yeah.
too. You made it fit the texture, the feel of the album. But on the first album, and I noticed on certain cuts on this album too, you stretch. I mean, the last album, doing Umbrella, when
Yeah.
I played it for my wife, she said, "That's I know that song."
Yeah.
And my wife is much more in tune with she said Beyonce. No, Rihanna.
Yeah.
And it was I mean, that and your version of "Stand By Me," which I never, if you told me 10 years ago that I'd be playing a Lieber and Stoller song, other than maybe if that's what's Peggy Lee's song? Is that all there is? Which we don't play all that often. Because it's so different for Peggy Lee. If you told me that we were going to be playing a Lieber and Stoller song, I would have told you you're crazy. And I sent your version of that to Mike Lieber.
I remember.
And
we talked about
and
that.
his wife.
Yep.
His wife called Miriam one day. She was going to come in and promote her Christmas album. She, I'm drawing a blank.
I can't help you there. I don't know. Well, it's
I
okay.
just thought of her name. Anyway, she did a Christmas album. She's a famous harpist, and her
the harpist.
Yeah, she called.
Oh, you're going to tell
Corky
that
Hale.
story?
She called
Okay.
Mother Miriam, and
I
she
never
said,
heard of her,
She
so I
said,
don't
she
know.
said, I'm going to come in, but I'm in New York. My husband just did a TV show, and she said, "Oh, your husband did a TV show. Well, what's your husband do? Oh, he's written a few songs." And she said, "Do I know any of them?" And she said, "How about Stand By Me?" How
I
about,
didn't know him. Go sue me. I didn't know him.
But we stay away from quote unquote rock and roll oldies, which is what I explained to Frankie when he called, and it's just, this is a different format. And when you came out with Stand By Me, just like the good stuff, it was so different. So the arrangement was so hip, and we threatened to play. Steve Tyrell did Stand By Me. He had just done with, may he rest in peace now, Benny King. He and Benny did Mike Stoller's 80th birthday party in New York, and they did Stand By Me. And I was gonna play Joseph Leo Bwarie's Stand By Me right after Steve Tyrell did a more traditional version of it. Because yours is so, it's almost,
It's a new
similar.
song.
It
It's
is
a new song.
and that's what you did with the good stuff.
Yeah.
You made these songs your own, whether it's Quizás, a song that's been recorded by many artists, or Let's Face It, Music and Dance. I'm trying to think. I'm Lucky So and So. You made them not somebody else's song, not Tony Bennett's song.
No,
you made them your song.
The one song that we do pay very big tribute to Tony Bennett and Ralph Sharon is "Taking a Chance on Love," because we base it
very similar,
on Ralph's arrangement. But that's because of a great connection that I have with Ralph Sharon and his family. But you're right, we do look at the songs, and we really just then strip it away down to, here's the melody, here's the lyrics, what is the story that we're going to tell, how are we going to tell it, what's the perspective, and we really have fun coming up with how these are going to puzzle piece together to make that picture.
The album is called The Good Stuff. Joseph Leo Bwarie, Martini in the Morning.
Here I go again, taking a chance on love.
Martini in the Morning, Joseph Leo Bwarie, the new album called The Good Stuff. See, if you hadn't run in a hard copy of the album, I would have never seen the drink glass on the cover.
Bum, bum, bum.
The Good
It's a
Stuff.
hot topic, really.
It is?
People always say, what's in the drink? Did you really drink? Was it real? Why are you holding a drink?
I know.
What's in your other hand? The other hand, if you see, is sheet music from the album.
Ah.
See, it's a painting. It's a picture. I have a question for Joseph. So now that this beautiful CD cover album is out, you're working 6 days a week.
Doing
How
Jersey
can
Boys.
you promote this album? How do people know it's out there? How do you do that?
It's a really good question. It's a new industry. You guys know it firsthand. It's a very new industry, the music industry. And how do you get people to get to hear your music and enjoy it? Because everyone does enjoy this genre of music, these American standards that we call them. And so on the front of my album, I say redefining the American standard. But how do you get it heard? It's
Especially
a really good
with
question.
you, because you're
You're working all the time.
You
I mean,
can't
it's not
play
like you can go
clubs.
out on
Time.
tour.
I'm working all the time.
Yeah.
and you can't go out
So
to
I'll
really
do like
promote it.
a concert here and a concert there when I can negotiate it into the schedule, which would be my favorite thing to do would be to do a concert every night. You know, I really would. I would love it.
You said you've been out with, you've done a couple shows. Where
Yeah, just this past week.
Really?
Yeah, to celebrate the launch of both albums, yeah.
And when you go out on the road, how many, I mean, doing what you do, how many pieces did you use, for instance, on this album?
On this album was, a full big band, so a full horn section, rhythm section. Then we bring in, Paulina da Costa and Tito Puente Jr. to play percussion. We have, all the vibes and the mallets and all that great stuff. And then we had a harpist on this. So that's the in the studio, the huge studio down in Miami. But when we go out and do the show, it feels like that, but it's 9 guys.
I mean, you could pull it off, but it's hard to take even 9 guys out on the road.
Really hard.
And expensive.
Really expensive.
Really expensive.
Yeah, it's not a money-making venture.
I wish
Good
people
thing you
could
get a
see
day job
this.
called
Can
Jersey
you
Boy.
see this? I don't think you can see this. What a beautiful, beautiful artwork. When you're very simple, classy, you don't download it. Go out and buy it. How can they get it?
Well, they could get it on my website,
Which is
josephleobwarie.com.
okay,
So
and then
unusual.
Amazon. People buy
Amazon and
Yeah, a CD Baby always has it. For folks that want international hard copies, they have to go to CD Baby.
Baby.
Yeah.
That's the only. You can't do like if people to go to Amazon.
I think they might be at Amazon. It's hard to tell.
It is.
It really is hard to tell where they end up.
You have no control over that.
I do, and then I don't. It is
Right.
interesting. It's fascinating, really.
Do you stay out of as much of it as you can?
I stay in as much of it as
Really?
I can. Oh yeah.
Really?
You should
You're
have seen me after the concert.
very
I went
hands-on.
to the merchandise table and I was selling, swiping credit cards, and then signing.
I
Good
love
for
it.
you.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have a retail background, so I can roll up
Perfect.
my suit sleeves and get in there.
On your last album, on Nothing But Love, you did. You took. I can't give you anything but love.
Yep.
And you added lyrics from another song, and I asked you then. I thought that was very clever.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Is it that, or it had to be you?
No, it was in. I think it was in Umbrella, and we used the verse of "Fella with
Umbrella.
Umbrella."
Umbrella from
Yeah.
Easter Parade.
Yeah.
And I asked you then if you would do anything else like that, and you did on the new album, on the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love what you did with "Hey Good Looking,"
Mm-hmm.
where you listen to this. Joseph Leo Bwarie. The album's called "The Good Stuff." Oh wait, "Hey Good Looking."
Yeah.
So is it "In the Mood" or "Hey Good Looking"?
I don't know. What do you think?
Little of both.
Little of
Joseph
both.
Leo Bwarie and MartiniInTheMorning.com. The new album's called "The Good Stuff." This is one of those, we call them do. I can't say it.
Do
now.
do 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 do.
To the tune of the Twilight
Do do
Zone
do.
theme.
Twilight.
Do
Do
do do do do do.
do do do.
Oh,
do. Okay, that was good.
So we knew you had a new album finally out, and we knew it was coming out.
Yep.
And Miriam said, "Do you have Joseph Leo Bwarie's email address? I should contact him, ask him if he's going." It was around, we were coming up on Gary Marshall's birthday. I thought
Sure.
maybe Joseph will come in and we should explain, and we will in a minute. But maybe we should contact Joseph and see if he's going to be in California anytime soon, and have him come in. We get an email same day, last Wednesday, I think,
Yeah,
saying that
yeah.
you're going to be here.
Yep.
and about coming in, and to back up a little bit, you were discovered doing a play for at Gary and Penny Marshall's theater, the Falcon. No,
Yeah, the Falcon.
yeah,
Yeah.
up on Riverside Drive,
Riverside Drive.
about a mile and a half, 2
Right
miles
across the
from
street
where we
from the famous Bob's Big Boy.
are. Bob's, the original Bob's Big Boy.
Yeah.
And who discovered you?
Well, for Jersey Boys, you mean?
Yeah.
That would be Carole King.
Carole King.
Yeah.
We have beautiful herself to thank. Now she's got her own play,
She does.
and
Doing quite well.
She recommended you for Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
And you went. You didn't get the starring role, but you went out on the road for 5 years, right?
No, I went on the road as Frankie.
I mean.
Oh, you mean I didn't play it in Broadway first?
Yeah.
No. Well, that's very true. But the road, anyone who's been on the road for any kind of show or concert series or whatever, the road is fascinating. The road is where you really get to hone whatever you're working on, whether it's music, whether it's acting, whether it's whatever it is. Even if you're just going out pitching some kind of product that you're selling, if you're on the road, you get to really be with the people. It's really great.
Right, because you get that daily interaction.
Yeah.
Of course, you get that on Broadway too.
You do, but you don't. It's not the same at all,
Really?
actually. No, I'm not going
Different
to say that it's the
experience?
same. It's a totally different experience.
Interesting.
But how did you get to meet Gary Marshall?
Oh, well, that was years ago. That was 2000, the year 2000.
When you were 12,
When I was 12.
and Gary was
years ago.
45.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And, it was connections. People that you end up in a room with someone and they say, oh, you should talk to so-and-so, or you should talk to so-and-so. And it sort of unfolded that way. It was very, very nonchalant, very natural. And then the relationship grew into what it is today, where we really collaborate on stuff.
We have a friend, another friend, an actor friend who is friends with Gary Marshall, and people around town around Hollywood talk about Gary Marshall in very reverent terms. I mean, he is, as funny as he is so respected in this town. And he walked up to a friend of ours on a beach in Hawaii, and he said, "Hey, I know you," and that started this friend of ours being in a Gary Marshall movie.
Sure.
You from meeting him in the early 2000s to now, you've come a long way. I mean, Jersey Boys is arguably probably the biggest thing since Cats on Broadway.
It's big.
We
just celebrated 10 years on Broadway, the 12th longest show running in Broadway history.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Out of
What about-
hundreds of shows, people say, "Oh, 12, that's not like in the top 3." No, that's amazing.
out of hundreds.
Hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to do the movie?
The movie seemed to appear suddenly. There was a lot of talk, and then there was a film production that was going to happen with Jon Favreau directing, and then that kind of went away.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah. That was in all the papers, and then there was no movie all of a sudden. Then there was a new movie, and it was going to be Clint Eastwood directing, and every single person who ever performed in the show auditioned. Everyone.
Really?
It was very nice. It was I think it was very courteous of them. And then they sort of selected people from the different shows, and then they supplemented with actors who had never been in the show, or just great
I didn't
actors.
like the movie
Yeah, well,
at all.
it's hard for
I'm
me to
sorry.
it's hard for me to say, because I am in love with the production that we do on stage.
Right.
So for me to watch someone else do their version of what I think we do so well, it's hard for me to really look at it objectively.
Yeah.
Did you see the movie?
I did see
you
the
did
movie.
see the movie.
I did see the movie. I didn't see it for quite a while, to be honest with you, because I thought, why do I need to see the movie? But I did need to see the movie because I have some great friends that are in that movie, and I was so proud and excited for them. So, yeah, I saw the movie, and I still think that the Broadway show really delivers the story in the most visceral, exciting, fast-paced way.
I'd love to see Jersey Boys in New York on stage.
Me too.
We'll come.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Speaking of guys, today is the birthday of a guy that wrote a song on your album, and it's not an easy song. Frank Sinatra set the bar very high on this song, but Joseph Leo Bwarie does Johnny Mercer and Harold Arlen's "Come Rain or Come Shine" on the album The Good Stuff. Johnny Mercer, born on this date in 1909. He's on Martini in the Morning with Joseph Leo Bwarie's voice.
Rain or shine.
MartiniInTheMorning.com from the album The Good Stuff. Joseph Leo Bwarie, Johnny Mercer's classic that he wrote with Harold Arlen. Actually, they wrote many songs together, but not many like "Come Rain or Come Shine." That's a tough song.
It is.
It's
a great song.
It is a great song. You have not just one, two new projects that are out. Plus, you're doing 6 days a week as as Frankie Valli and Jersey Boys. When do you sleep?
Rarely.
Rarely. Yeah. You spend a lot of time in Miami working on this album.
Yeah.
Do you consider who's the stickler in the duo, you or Charlie Colello?
You know what's interesting? We talk about it a lot. We say it's a great partnership because the things that I'm really nitpicky about, he's not paying attention to. The things that he's really nitpicky about, I'm not paying attention to.
Blends.
So between the two, we're nitpicky about everything.
No, that's good and bad.
Is that good? Yeah, I was going to say, is that good?
I think
Is that
so.
good?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Is that the reason that it's been 4 years since you did a new album?
I think there's a lot of things that go into why it took the length of time that it did. Even putting together, people that download don't hold this in their hand and don't open it up and see what this takes a long time to make happen. And you work with great designers and photographers, and there's scheduling and timing and coordination just to make the physical album. You know what I mean? So the timeline isn't just in the studio. The timeline's having the idea, getting into the studio, spending some time away from it, going back to the studio. It's actually such a fun journey, that creation. It's just like being on stage, actually. The fun really happens in the rehearsal process where you're creating. And then you say, we did that yesterday. It's not really working. Let's revisit that scene. It's the same thing with the song. We get in the studio, we knock it out, we think it's great, we go away for a little bit, and we revisit it and say, actually, it really should be like this, and we should do that. Let's get the band back in here, and you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
But you know why he can do that? Because he didn't have a sort of like a budget from a record company. He did this all on his own.
Yeah, the record company is my
Okay,
You are the
is my
record.
Wallet. That is
well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's
Joe's
not-
Wallet Productions.
They didn't rush it through. He just
Yeah,
made
it's
sure
true.
that
It's
everything
true.
was perfect.
And you on the first album, you did a beautiful version of Irving Berlin's "What'll I Do," and as Mother Mary will tell you, it's very seldom we turn up the music here because we're doing other things.
Trivia for you: that's the first song that I recorded for that album. So that's the first song I recorded with Charlie.
And you recorded that song with a legendary guitar player that I knew very little about. At 92 years old, one of the hardest working guys in Broadway, and I had his son. Of course, Bucky Pizzarelli played the two solos. He played on Frenesy and he played on What'll I Do.
Yep.
I had John Pizzarelli. John happened to be playing in L.A. I had him on the phone, and I said, do you know Joseph Leo Bwarie? He said, who? No offense.
That's okay.
And he said,
Do you know who I am now, John Pizzarelli?
So while we were on the phone, John texted his dad and said, "Who's Joseph Leo Bwarie?" And he said, "Oh, didn't I tell you about that? Because I didn't know this. It's his brother, John's brother."
Yeah, who I've met a few times, who sometimes will bring Bucky to a session.
So you and Bucky worked together on the first album. You also worked together on the Christmas project.
Really special. Yeah.
He is that guitar solo on What'll I Do is
Beautiful.
Yeah, I can't think about.
Yeah,
I was
beautiful.
going to say mournful. I mean because it's a sad,
It's one of
kind
those.
a
It's
sad
one of those
song.
pieces of music where no matter what you're doing in your room at that time, you stop.
You do.
right.
You know?
do. It's almost like Eric Clapton doing Layla.
Sure.
It's Bucky Pizzarelli at his best is one of the best guitar players. He happened to be. John told us a story when we talked on the phone. He said, "You think that's good?" He said, "We were working on the Paul McCartney album, Kisses on the Bottom, and I took my dad to the session with me, and Paul McCartney and Diana Krall said, 'Wait, Bucky Pizzarelli's in the room?'"
Yeah.
And he ended up playing on the album.
Yeah.
It's just, this guy is a legendary jazz guitar player. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah.
Joseph Leo Bwarie and Bucky Pizzarelli on MartiniInTheMorning.com.
What are you doing? New Year's Eve.
MartiniInTheMorning.com from his new Christmas EP, Joseph Leo Bwarie. The EP is called A Little Christmas. Bucky Pizzarelli, I'm telling you, I mean, I knew the name. I knew of Bucky, but it was really What'll I Do, and he just autographed
Yes,
the
he
album
did.
for Mother Miriam.
You should see how pretty. You have to buy this. Don't download it. Buy it.
Listen to the woman. Listen to the
I'm
woman.
She's a
telling
good
you.
salesperson. I knew
she's
of Bucky
beautiful.
Pizzarelli. I'd heard his music before, and I met John, but I'd never heard anyone play the guitar like the guitar solo on What'll I Do. Joseph Leo Bwarie on MartiniInTheMorning.com. The Christmas EP is called Little Christmas. The album is called The Good Stuff. Of all the songs on The Good Stuff, if you had a favorite,
The last song.
Well, no.
no?
I don't know. That's really hard to do. That's like a parent
know.
picking their
That's
child.
I
I
was
know.
just going to say that. That's
You
a
did.
silly
Apparently, your
question.
parents did that.
They did.
The
It says dedicated to the middle child and the favorite. Yeah.
You're not the favorite?
Well, I mean, no.
And
No,
was-
that's my sister.
And she's the one that just had a baby?
No, she is the baby in the family. My brother is the one who just had the baby,
Oh.
and her name is Elizabeth Marie, and she's perfect.
Of course she's perfect.
Of course.
Never
Joseph
take
Leo
stuff
Bwarie.
like that for granted. Wait, one thing.
What?
Can we still get tickets for Jersey Boy? Are they difficult to get?
They're difficult, but
No.
they're available.
No,
know.
what I mean is if people are going to
Yeah,
come
people.
to New York.
If people want to come, you just got to plan. Some nights sell faster than other nights, as in any show, really.
Right.
But we're getting ready for the big fun holiday season in New York, where it's just bustling with
Right.
people and
So if you're
shows.
going,
But
you
if
have
you're
to
coming,
do
get
it
your
now.
tickets.
Interesting time to be in New York this time of year, isn't it?
It's always New York's always interesting.
True,
It is
but-
always interesting.
They like the tree. They, the
Yep.
snowfalls. it's we're there.
Traffic. I'll
When-
never forget that. We had a
2
walk.
years
It was
ago.
5 below zero, and we couldn't get a cab.
We're cold. Well, you're from California.
I am.
I mean, it's below 60, and we're wearing a winter coat. You
Sure.
know? And my wife, who spends most of her time in Boise, Idaho, it's 30 degrees when she wakes up. A little more like New York, and she's used to it. So she calls us wusses.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in New York, when we saw you last,
It was cold then.
it was very cold.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was
Even
windy.
even the taxi cab driver said, "Listen, traffic is so bad. You better walk."
They
did.
told us to walk. We
It's
ended up calling Uber for a
3 blocks.
3 block
Yeah.
because we were so.
Well, it gets really cold.
It was very
Yeah,
cold.
but it's beautiful this time of year. So
It
get
is.
your tickets
It
to
is.
see Joseph.
Yeah.
See Joseph at the August
Wilson.
Wilson Theater in Jersey Boys as Frankie Valli, and pick up his album, The Good Stuff.
Yeah, you
and
can
the-
have me at your home and in your car anytime you want.
See
That's
that?
right.
On
You-
both albums.
You can have. That's, really quite an undertaking to be doing a Broadway play and have 2 albums to promote.
Yeah,
I
it
mean-
is.
And he can't get out to promote them because he's doing the show. See,
I
so
do
nothing's
what
perfect.
I can. I always am so thankful for the fans who help get it to people and get it to places and
course.
help spread the word. It's really difficult to do it on your own.
What a horrible problem that is.
It's a
right?
horrible problem to have 2
Right.
albums, 3
Right.
albums, and
no
be in
time
a
to
Broadway
do
show.
it,
And be in a
right.
Broadway show.
Okay.
Woe is me.
Joseph Leo Bwarie. Okay, you've had time. Pick your favorite from the album that we haven't played yet.
That we haven't played.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really narrowing down because
That's
you've played a
another
lot of my
question.
you've played a lot of my favorites. Well, you haven't played My Foolish Heart.
Yeah, we played.
Oh, you
that
played it
earlier.
before I got here.
Yeah, we can play it again. We can play it again.
Well, you just
Well-
now you changed the question.
Oh wait, no, you played
How about just the question? What is your
because
favorite?
I heard you play Blue Skies. That
What?
is my favorite.
Really. Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
Oh, did you play What Is This Thing Called Love?
No.
Okay, that's incredible. The arrangement's incredible.
This song, it's Cole Porter, right?
Yeah, Cole Porter.
And it's a song that Keely Smith has done. Mel Torme's done a very interesting version. Yours is very Joseph Leo Bwarie.
I like to think so. Yeah,
From the album,
and very Charlie Colello.
The Good Stuff, Joseph Leo Bwarie. Thank you for
Thank you.
hanging out with us on MartiniInTheMorning.com. What is this thing called love?